Most people think that it was E.T. Mensah who took Highlife to Nigeria, and that's true, that the main introduction of Highlife was by E.T. Mensah in the 50s, but Ghanaians were already going to Nigeria as early as the late 1930s, and it was the Cape Coast Sugar Babies that was the first to do, and they went on, I think, various West African tours. So they became more famous, I would say, at least in West Africa, than many of the other groups. You see, the dance bands came out of the elite ballroom dance orchestras. For instance, E.T. Mensah, the king of dance band Highlife, got his training in the Accra Orchestra, Teacher Lamptey's Accra Orchestra, and his own brother's rhythmic orchestra, Accra Rhythmic Orchestra. So the dance bands have an origin within the elite bands. Although E.T. Mensah wasn't a member of the elite, that was the origin. And the people who were operating in the dance bands, like Broadway, Uhuru, the Black Beats, of course starting with E.T. Mensah's tempos, could read music. Some of them had training in the ballroom dance orchestras. And they stayed in Accra, or they played in urban areas. When they traveled, they would go to, say, Kumasi or Takoradi. But the guitar bands have a completely different origin, totally, as different as, I don't know, oil and water. Because the guitar bands came from the fishermen, the poor folk, and it started as what we call the palm wine style. The Osabisa style is sometimes called the palm wine style, because it moved from Cape Coast into the villages where people drink palm wine. And so the guitar bands were always associated with the urban poor and the rural people. And they were what we would call illiterate in terms of Western formal education or music education. So it was a completely different style. In fact, there are stylistic differences. The guitar bands actually have more African features in their music than do the dance bands.